The boys, Deus 2, HF2 Coil version 310. You know, old sharpshooter hit a can with his lawnmower not too long ago. You see the results there, right? And I believe that's got some of the thicker metal in that can slaw there on that can. And we've got this old honker over here that reads pretty close to what that reads, okay? So we're going to do a few little comparisons here. Now you see the orientation of it there. Okay. 29 kilohertz channel 0. 71. 89 kilohertz channel 6. 74. So we've got a 3-point rise there, didn't we? Now remember, a gold ring reading 71 is probably going to have some size to it, you would think. 74 in the old 88.3 kilohertz. All right. Let's change out here for the old honker. $14 karat gold, boys. You see it there. $29 kilohertz single or multi-frequency channel 0, 74, 88, 89 kilohertz band channel 6. Oh Lord, you see that. Single frequency 88.3, 79. We've seen a pretty good change there with that ID, didn't we? All right. Now, we're not even going to look at any ID on this, but we are going to listen. Full tones, offset 10 in all of this, what I'm showing here. You see that gold ring there? So you hear how clean that sounds? Now, we've got that 74 in the window. If we go to 89 kilohertz, we got a 10-point jump, didn't we? 88.3 kilohertz, 82. So you're going to hear how that sounds there. That's that 29 kilohertz multi-frequency band, okay? You hear that old honker ring there. It's sort of tilted, huh? Here's the old can slaw. We're taking the honker out, boys. Now I've got that can slaw tilted up like so. What does it sound like from over here? Now I'm in full tones. And notice the ID in 29 kilohertz band. That's what I'm in, channel 0. I've got ID disparity on that. You notice that. Sweeping that target. Monster ID disparity. That might be a dead giveaway. That's not a gold ring down there solo, is it? Even though the conductivity, when they're swept certain ways, you get similar, you know, they're not too far apart. But you see that? You see that, hear that, and you see that ID. It's all over the place. 89 kilohertz band. Again, the ID is monster spread. Even farther than 6 or 7 or 8. Like 18 points. Okay. We'll put the honker back in there. It's on edge even. The honker's on edge, boys, sweeping from over here. You see that? 29 kilohertz band. That thing's locked up on 74 and won't get off of it. Alright? So some can slaw. Let me give you a little better look at this. believe what that is, that's a cat food. That's a cat food aluminum top off a can of cat food that I hit with a lawnmower. That's what that is. That's higher grade, thicker than the side of like a Mountain Dew can, you know, you would buy at a store, okay? So that's what might be what you experience in the wild. Now remember, you know, that old gold ring could be laying down there beside this bullshit, okay? You know, he could be laying down there beside it and drive that idea and make it go wild. But, you know, do you want to dig every swinging piece of aluminum in a sight to find the one gold ring maybe in there that's hiding beside that shit? That's going to be up to you. You know, the sharpshooter doesn't tell you what to do. I just show you detector behavior. That's going to conclude the video.